G'day everybody.
G'day team.
I'm once again here with Gazza. How's it going?
Good mate.
Treatment going all right?
Yep. Start the chemo on the 2nd of January 2025.
You got Christmas off.
Yep.
Lucky you. Have you been keeping up with the rugby news? Do you see we're going to play the Boks at Aidan Park next year?
I see that.
What do you reckon?
It's a long way to go. We'll just, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge, so we'll just see what happens in the meantime.
It's a bit overdue, isn't it?
Yep.
We haven't played them there for over 10 years, I think.
Yep. If anyone's going to beat us on Aidan Park, it'll probably be them.
Is it worth risking the record, though?
Oh, I think so, yeah. Why not?
You got to back it up, right?
Got to back it up.
Yeah. You got to beat the best.
Got to beat the best.
We did play them in Auckland at Mount Smart in recent years, but we haven't played them at Eden Park.
And we beat them 57-0 at North Harbour
that was
a long time ago.
That was pre-Rusty Erasmus.
Yeah.
That was a wee while ago. So you're happy with the Eden Park test for the Boks and the All Blacks?
Yep.
I think it's a good call.
Yep.
We can't keep avoiding.
Can't keep shielding it, no.
Nah, that's right. You got to get that done.
Got to face the best.
That's basically it. And did you see? There's a few All Blacks guys.
Yeah.
Shaun Stevenson wants to get out of his contract.
Yep.
He wants to go play in Japan.
Yep. Oh, fair enough. I reckon he should go.
You reckon they should let him?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Well, he's done a lot for New Zealand rugby, and he's down the pecking order for Scott Robinson. So he's 28 now, and he was promised more test time by Foster, and he never got it. So he's waited around for 18 months, 2 years. Doesn't look like he's going to make it. He's got a lot of guys ahead of him. So, yep, it's fair enough.
Got to get the money while you're young.
Got to get the money while you're young.
Aidan Ross is also leaving. He's another guy who's had, I think, one cap for the All Blacks.
I find that an interesting one, actually, because I still think he's in the top 10 props in the country. But if he wants to play for the Wallabies, well, I say go for it. He's a good player. He's a really good player, actually. I really like him. Just like I like Shaun Stevenson, who's another one on periphery. He's a really good player. But if he wants to go and play for the Reds and the Wallabies, fair enough.
Is it going to weaken the All Blacks long term that we can't keep these fringe guys in the country?
Yeah, well, Dawn was talking about that to me this morning. We just have to see how many more go. See how many more go, and we'll just see what happens next.
Because we never have a problem keeping most of the big gun guys stay, but we do seem to lose, like Harry Plummer, Shaun Stevenson, Aidan Ross. I mean, Alex Hodgman went back over to Australia. So
well, we got plenty of depth at prop. We've got depth at first five, but not as much as I'd like it.
Do you want to see Mo'unga back? Should they bend the rules for him or nah?
Who's that?
Richie Mo'unga.
Yes and no. Of course, I want him back, but not just yet.
Okay.
Maybe 2026.
Okay. So they don't need to break all the eligibility rules just for him?
No, not to get him back. I would like to see him back. I mean, if he wants to come back 12 months earlier and New Zealand Rugby want to fork out the money to get him back, fair enough. But I still think he should spend another year in Japan before he comes back.
Okay.
Because if we use him for the 2027 World Cup, we don't need to have adaptability with him because he's been there and done it all before.
True. He should be able to slot back in pretty easily. One guy who is playing his trade overseas at the moment is Jordie Barrett. Did you see he made his first game?
Yes, I've had a look at that.
For Leinster?
Yep.
He looked all right.
Yeah, he looked good. Yep, he's providing he doesn't get injured, he's going to do well there.
Yeah. What do you reckon about it? Because most of the All Blacks guys right now, they're off on their summer break or they're starting pre-season.
I think we said it before. He's got family connections there, and he wanted to try something different.
Yep.
And New Zealand Rugby agreed to it. At the time, I was a little sceptical. Now I'm a little bit more confident about it.
Yep.
Some rugby writer said the other day he's going to steal all the Irish secrets. Well,
don't know about that.
That's Buffalo Bill trying to shoot Jesse James. That ain't going to happen. He's, if we don't know the way the Irish play and their Irish ideas now, well, we shouldn't be playing the game at all.
I suppose so, yeah. Had plenty of time to do their research on Andy Farrell.
Yep. We had Joe Schmidt recently as an All Black assistant coach.
That's right. So he's already got that kind of...
And he may be coming back to New Zealand.
What do you reckon about that? He still hasn't made a decision about whether to stay in Australia or whether to...
He's got an autistic son, so we've got to give him some leeway about the condition of his boy, long-term future. So I'm in two minds. If he wants to stay with Australia 2027, all good. If he wants to come back to New Zealand, I don't have a problem with that either.
Do you think it's better for the Wallabies if he stays?
Yes, but not by as much as what people think.
Okay.
Because, if they bring a guy like Les Kisser.
Les Kisser's the guy who's being speculated, yep.
But it just means that Queensland are going to have to find some high calibre coach really quick, which is sad, but that's just the way the rugby calendar goes.
Do you think Australia would benefit from having an Australian coach? I mean, they had Eddie Jones, but that was a bit of a disaster.
I mean, we've heard this argument a million times before. If it's a New Zealand Australian coach, to my eyes, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
If they're advancing forward to what they were, rather than under the Eddie Jones era umbrella, I think I'm confident they'll get a good coach if Joe Schmidt goes.
Okay. Well, yeah, his decisions should be out pretty soon, I guess,
yep.
And then we'll find out what's going to happen.
I personally think he might leave.
Yeah, well, I mean, he came back from Ireland to put his family first, and then he kind of got talked into coming to the Blues, and then he got talked into coming to the All Blacks, and then he got talked into going to the Wallabies, so I don't know. He's got to do what's right for him.
He's a very good coach, and I think all the coaches that are in charge of the Super Rugby teams in Australia, like Phil Wall says, are all well-positioned, strong coaches, and they are. So I don't mind if it's a New Zealand coach or Australian coach coaching Australian Wallabies.
Yeah.
Not like some people like David Campese, but he softened his criticism.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, something I like it when there's a local coach, like now you got Contepomi, coach of the Argentinians. I feel like that feels right. But yeah, I don't have a problem with a Kiwi being in charge of the Wallabies. I don't know what Australian fans think. I just think you just want the best coach doing the job.
The best coach you can get and available at that time. We've had Robbie Deans, had Dave Rennie, we've had John Schmidt, and they've all been successful in their own way with the Wallabies. Dave Rennie he got a bit
of the short end of the stick, didn't he?
He got a hardship brick thrown at him, which was a bit off, but he's in Japan now, and Foster's in Japan, and Hansen. So if Schmidt wants to come back to New Zealand, I don't have a problem with it. If he wants to stay, I don't have a problem.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sure he'll make the decision that's right for him in the next few days.
Yeah, he will. How do you feel about the eligibility rules for the All Blacks getting overseas players back?
I don't think we need to pull that trigger yet. But I can see the logic behind it because South Africa's done wonders with it. But I still think Super Rugby, the way it is, probably needs some of the gun players playing here.
It's coming.
You reckon?
Yep, it's coming. Maybe not next year, but I think by the time the World Cup comes around, we'll have some sort of ghetto agreement.
Yeah. There maybe should be some kind of flexibility, be it based on age or be it based on how many caps you've played for the All Blacks. If you've got 50 caps, then you're kind of free or something like that. That would make sense. But
we've got the New Zealand Rugby Board coming in later this month.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you, two guys are going to be on it: David Kirk and Kevin Mialamu.
Is that good?
Yes, it is good.
I don't really follow the boardroom stuff that much.
I follow a bit of it because Kevin Mialamu, he's been a Ball Black forever, and he brings a lot of common sense to the position. And David Kirk, who, as a player, I was not really a big fan of. I really liked him, but he retired too early, which really upset me at the time. But as far as the business acumen, the financial stuff goes, he's about as top of dog as you can get there with some of the guys that are on there, like Greg Barclay, who's another good financial man for New Zealand Rugby. I think they'll do well, but it's going to take them a while.
It's been a bit messy, hasn't it?
It's been very messy.
Yeah.
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
I think that's an understatement. It's been very messy.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed they make the right decisions and help put some money into grassroots and whatnot.
It's just like Scott Robinson and his team coaching, like the international All Black team. We're just going to have to give them time.
That's it.
And I know people. I'm a now man, and Mark knows that, and I'm a time man. But when I can see a big picture and it's going to take time, well, it's just like the Wallabies. It's going to take time. I think the Wallabies will be a force at the 2027 World Cup.
I hope so.
I think they will be. Well, they're going to beat the Lions. Possibly, probably, maybe not. I hope they get a game against them that they can win. But at this time and me looking into the future, the crystal ball, I think it might be a stretch too far. If they play well against them, that'll be good because that Lions team's going to be strong.
Very strong.
Very strong. And like I said, we discussed this on the last time. We would have trouble beating them here, right here, right now.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. All right, Gazza. Well, good to catch up with you as always.
Yep.
And all the best with your treatment.
Yep.
And get a good relaxing time over Christmas.
Yep, we'll do that on Christmas Day.
We're going to go have lunch with my brother.
We are indeed.
So we'll see you then.
Yep, okay.
All right, cheers, folks.
See you later, team.